So Bacadi dance fever is still going strong, and I've noticed a ton of questions popping up in the comments of my tutorials. Since I already have 3 Bacadi dance tutorials for you all, I thought it'd be fun to sit down like this and answer the most common questions about this amazing dance style. So let's get into it. Hi, I'm Rose Basimira. So if you're new here, I've already broken down the Bacadi dance into 3 tutorials, each focusing on a different type of variation. And actually that answers one of the questions: why are there many different types of Bacadi dance? Well, I feel like the variations come about due to like influences, different personal flares, or like evolution. Because as we've already seen, dances evolves from the origin to what's happening right now. They keep growing, they keep either advancing, getting more complicated or whatever, or like it's up to, like, you know, for most African dances, Afrobeat dances, or like Amapiano dances, you learn the basics and then you add something to it that turns it into yours, and that can completely create a different variation of the original Bacadi dance. So now for the dances I've done, we have from water, from Tyler's water when she's twerking. Here, when you're doing that, the back leg, the heel stamps, rather than, I'm going to show you, the heel stamps, but the leg stays on the ground, right? You just keep stamping. Then there's the Beba version, you focus on the front leg rather than the back leg. And then you also have, this is how we celebrate. We're going to do the box jump as well as that variation, and I did that Bacadi tutorial as well. Those are the 3 ones I focus on because those are the most common variations, at least I know of. If there are more, alert me, but for now there's the Beba, then there's the water one, and there's that this is how we celebrate one. All those are Bacadis. If anyone tells you differently, all those are Bacadis, they're just different variations. Anyway, now there's another question, which is, what is the origin of the Bacadi? You know, what's the Bacadi dance origin? All right, let's talk about where the Bacadi dance comes from, because it has such like an interesting story. So of course we all know it's from South Africa, but where in South Africa exactly? It's from Pretoria, and it grew alongside the Bacadi music genre. If you didn't know, low-key, there's the Bacadi music genre, which is actually like a subgenre of Kwaito. And now, if you're unfamiliar, Kwaito is a unique South African music style that blends house, hip-hop, and traditional African sounds. So house, hip-hop, and African traditional sounds. It's super rhythmic, and you can really feel those influences in that dance because you got your butt going, like, you know. Anyway, what makes the Bacadi dance so special is its intricate leg work. It looks simple, but people find it hard to coordinate the bar movements with the leg movements because they're totally different. So you have the intricate leg work, the twerking elements, and a sense of complete freedom. The movements are organic and improvisational. It's not like you have to follow this to the T, and that's why I love African dance so much in general, because you don't have to follow a particular this. That's not how it works. So it has that element of improvising and so on. It's almost like they're following the drum patterns in Bacadi tracks. It's like your body naturally syncs with the beat. Some people even describe it as a tema version of twerking, but honestly, I think it's like more, I think it's just much more than that, honestly. It's all about flow. It's all about personal expression. All those things in there. And let's not forget how this dance blew up, because of course we're all talking about Bacadi used to exist before recently, but why did it actually all of a sudden blow up? We all know why, right? So a major moment is when the South African artist Tyler included the Bacadi inspired moves in her hit song Water, you know, and from there TikTok went wild, and suddenly the world was like catching on the Bacadi vibe, me inclusive. So whether you're in it for the legwork, the vibe, or just to have fun, the Bacadi dance is such a vibe, and now you know where it all started. I think I've explained that the origin to the best of my ability. Right now I'm not 100% knowledgeable about everything, so if you know more, please tell us. Let us learn more in the comment section. South Africans, please be our guests. I'm from Uganda. So for many black women in particular, Bacadi dance offers a space to reclaim their bodies, to celebrate their rhythm. Its emphasis on fluidity and sexuality aligns with an innate understanding of movements that have been passed down through generation. It's not just a dance, like it's an act of cultural preservation, a reminder of the interconnectedness of the African diaspora as a whole. The global embrace of Bacadi dance is also a testament to South Africans' influence on the modern music and dance. From Amapiano to home, the country's creative exports are reshaping how the world understands African culture, not as a monolith, but as a tapestry of vibrant, diverse traditions. So thank you, South Africa. Thank you, Bacardi, for giving us a great service. So another question says, what kind of dance is Bacardi? So what type of dance is Bacardi? What do you think? How would you answer that? So for me, I think Bacardi is a type of dance that's similar to twerking, but it's also distinct in its own way. Actually, before I'm going to answer both this question of what kind of dance is Bacardi, and also what's the difference between Bacardi and twerking. So like here we have, let me say, Bacadi is a dance style that originated in South Africa and is often performed to Amapiano music. It's sometimes described as the tamer version of twerking, but with more razness, class, and grace, right? So what's the difference between Bacadi and twerking? Like we already said, Bacadi is a type of dance that's similar to twerking, but it's also distinct in its own way. Is a type of dance that is characterized by rapid hip thrusts. The butt is moving up and down and shaking of the bam bam, you know. That's it, plus the leg work, don't forget. So I feel like with what I said, what Bacadi is, now what I think twerking is, the difference here is like this. So I feel like twerking also is a type of dance that involves the rapid hip thrusts and shaking of the bam bam, often in a low squatting stance. You have to really get down low, right? It's performed to popular music in a sexually provocative manner. And that's where I feel like that's where a difference comes with Bacardi, because I feel like Bacardi has more razness, class, and grace. Don't come at me, it's just what I'm thinking. For twerking, it's really sexual, just in your face. Because I've seen people twerk, be like, people be hiding their eyes twerking, but when people are doing Bacardi, it's just like, ah. So I feel like Bacardi is not conceived like that, not really in like a sexually provocative manner, while twerking is actually perceived in that way. So we have questions like, what style of music is Bacardi? I feel like Bacardi music is distinct for its heavy bass lines, repetitive rhythms, and minimalistic beats. I think in like the early 2000s, it emerged as a subgenre of Kwaito. Kwaito itself is a cornerstone of South African music. It blends house, hip hop, and traditional African sounds to create a soundtrack for post-apartheid, you know, the apartheid youth. I talked about the Kwaito already earlier on, but then I was repeating answering the question, what style of music is Bacadi, and then you have that. So let's see if there's another question. How do I dance on my piano step by step? How do I do the Bacadi dance moves? I already told you. It was like the first thing I talked about when I told you guys I've taught different Bacadis variations on my channel, 3 different dance tutorials, so you can check them out. It guides you better on the step-by-step dance tutorial. So how do I keep my moves smooth and in sync with the music? I feel like it's more like relax, listen to the song. When I'm going to dance to music, what helps my body adjust to the music better? It's not just all going on the side and learning counts and so on. I have to listen to the music first, because I'm not going to be dancing to nothing. You need to dance to music. So I sit down and listen to the music. The more I adjust to the music, my body now knows, because it's like heavy bass, like, you know, it's heavy bass lines and so on. So you can get the music into your system. So after you listen, then you can bring in the counts. I don't have to do counts when I'm teaching dance. I teach to the song itself, because my body moves naturally to the music. So I feel like listen to the song many times so that you can even sing it on your own. That's how bad you should listen to the song. First listen to the music you're dancing to, and then you can fill in the counts. Now it's more like, because most African dancers will most definitely follow the beat rather than the lyrics. That heavy bass line, those repetitive rhythms we're going to follow those with most of our dance moves. There's some people do, most of the arms might kind of follow the wordings or like whatever the person is singing, but the main thing that keeps us on rhythm, on beat, is that bass line. So listen to that bass line. Okay, can I combine my styles? Yeah, you can. Still, I showed it in my tutorial, you'll check it out. When you know the different variations of the Bacadi, you move now according to whatever makes you want to do this. You move to the vibe, you move to the beat, do you know. Do I need specific music for Bacadi? Yeah, I feel like yes. It not specifically, you can do it wherever, but it just works better. It comes out better with heavy bass lines, like the pam pam pam. Like it just comes out better with the heavy bass lines, the repetitive rhythms, yeah, and the minimalistic beats. Not complicated everything here, there, no. Simple heavy bass line, repetitive rhythms, right? Dun 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 dun. Oh beba beba ta 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 beba beba. Nothing complicated. Really minimalistic. So yeah, I feel like those are the questions that were on my under my comment section. If you have any other questions, you can leave them in the comment section below. I'd like to see you guys take on the Bacadi dance. Tag me in your videos, whatever. I want to just see it. Maybe if you tag me, that means you're allowing me to repost it on my channel. You're giving me the right to do that. I'll show you this video if you wanna sue me. But anyway, yeah, you can also like now try combining all the elements from my tutorials to form your own. I wanna say. So I hope this video cleared up your questions and gave you even more appreciation for the Bacadi dance. Don't forget to check out my tutorials if you haven't yet, and drop your questions or video requests in the comments. So hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy dancing! Bye. I keep looking at myself in the mirror. I'm sorry. So I'm looking at the camera, I'm looking at myself in the mirror.